Hello everyone! Tony, do you know what to do if there is a global nuclear war? Well, I do. Even though the Cold War ended a long time ago, as long as there are nuclear weapons, there is always the possibility of a nuclear disaster. That's why we think it's better to be prepared anyway. Well, let's get into some details. To begin with, we need to make a plan for how we will survive. In case of a nuclear attack, you can't leave your shelter for at least 48 hours, but preferably for 8 or 9 days. Of course, we must stock up on non-perishable foods that are rich in carbohydrates. For example, cereal, pasta, dried fruits, and vegetables. Naturally, you'll need a supply of drinking water. In addition, we need some way to communicate with others. You must have a radio, even better if it has a hand crank or a solar battery. If the radio is battery operated, make sure you have extra batteries. The TV probably won't work, but the radio will give you weather forecasts and emergency updates. Of course, you'll also need a large stock of medical supplies and a first aid kit. All sorts of other items like flashlights, bags, plastic utensils, and so on would also be helpful. Tell us in the comments what else you would need in case of nuclear war. When you have your stockpile ready, all you have to do is keep an eye on the news. A nuclear war will not happen all of a sudden. First, there will probably be a classic battle between 2 or more nuclear-armed countries. And if it lasts for a long time, there will be a possibility of a nuclear war. In addition, it is important to properly assess the risks and possibilities for evacuation. If there is no such option, you must make a shelter. By the way, Tony and I have already explained how to make a good DIY bunker. When you finish watching this video, find the link in the description. But remember, it is better to build your shelter in places that are far away from the possible targets of the enemy. First of all, the enemy will try to destroy large industrial centers, airfields, ports, military bases, and government buildings. Stay away from all of them. Now you are ready. Let's say that a nuclear war has broken out. Immediately seek shelter. The first warning of an imminent nuclear attack is likely to be a sound alarm. If not, it will be the explosion itself. The bright light from the detonation of a nuclear weapon can be seen dozens of kilometers away from the epicenter. If you are in the immediate vicinity of the explosion, your chances of surviving are virtually non-existent. If you are a few kilometers away, you will have about 10 to 15 seconds until the heat kills you, and maybe 20 to 30 seconds until the shockwave reaches you. Under no circumstances should you look directly at the explosion. On a clear day, it can cause temporary blindness from very long distances. Apart from the explosion and the shockwave, there is something even more dangerous: radiation. Luckily, Tony and I managed to hide in the bunker, but here there are many rules, and if you want to survive, you have to follow them. By the way, if you don't know yet, we have a mobile game about supertony. You have to play as our hero, fight monsters, and overcome various obstacles. Try it, you will not regret it. You can download it using the link in the description. Be sure to wash everything, especially your food, even if it is inside your shelter. Do not tell anyone exactly what you have in your possession. Watch out for the military. Surely soon there will be people in NBC suits and so on. Learn to distinguish tanks, planes, and other military equipment of your country's armed forces from those of the enemy. Keep an eye out for government information and announcements. Leave the shelter only if you have a hazmat suit. Build a nuclear shelter in advance. A nuclear shelter can be set up in a basement or cellar. Do not drink, eat, or expose your skin to water, plants, or metal objects found in an unknown location. Do not expose yourself to radiation. It is impossible to say exactly how much radiation a person can withstand without getting radiation sickness. Typically, a dose between 100 and 150 Roentgen causes mild illness, but you'll survive. However, even if you don't die from radiation sickness, you may develop cancer later. Never lose your cool, especially if you are responsible not only for yourself, but also for others. This will also help those around you to remain calm, which is vital in such a difficult situation. Also, be sure to watch our video on how a nuclear explosion works and destroys everything around. The link is on the screen right now and in the description below. Well, tell us in the comments what you would do during a nuclear war. The best ideas will be featured in the next episode. See you soon in the new episodes of Super Tony. Bye-bye!